Introduction. Successful operation of a school depends entirely on its management and administration system. Educational managers and administrators provide instructional leadership and manage the activities and resources in schools, colleges, and universities. School managers and administrators set educational standards and goals, establish the policies and procedures required to achieve them, support teaching and non-teaching staff such as teacher, librarian, laboratory technicians, matrons, storekeepers, secretaries, drivers, and etc. Monitor students' educational progress, motivates teachers and other staffs, handle relations with parents, students, and the community. They develop annual school calendar. They handle resources and supervise projects. What is administration? Administration means overall determination of policies, setting of major objectives, the identification of general purpose and laying down of programs and projects according to the Hammond. Administration means guidance, leadership and control of the efforts of the group towards some common goal. It refers to the activities of higher level. It lays down basic principles of the enterprises. What is management? According to Henry Fayr, to manage is to forecast and plan, to coordinate and control. Van Fleet and Peterson define management is a set of activities directed at the efficient utilization of resources in pursuit of one or more goal. It is an art of getting things done through and with the people in formally organized groups. Difference between management and administration. Management works with and through people to accomplish organizational goals. Administration is more concerned with directing and controlling. Administration establishes policies that guide decision making, law and regulation. Management implement the laws and the regulation. On the basis of the function, meaning management is an art of getting things done through others by directing their efforts toward achievement of predetermined goals, whereas administration is concerned with formulation of broad objectives, plans, and policies. Nature. Management is an executive function. Managers get things done under supervision. Administration is a decision-making function. Plans and policies are determined under it. Process. Management decides who should, what and how should he should do it, whereas administration decides what is to be done and when it is to be done. Skills. Management have a technical and human skills, whereas administration have conceptual and human skills. Level. Management is middle and lower level function, whereas administration is top level function. On the basis of usage. Applicability. Management is applicable to business firms, whereas administration is applicable to non-business firms. Influence. The decisions are influenced by values, beliefs, and decision of the managers, whereas administration is influenced by public opinion, government policies, customs, etc. Status. Management constitutes the employees of the organization who are paid, whereas administration represents owner of the enterprise who earns profit in the form of dividend. Similarities between management and administration. Practically, the function of managers and administration overlaps. Administrators not only set goals, standards, and rules, but direct and control functions of the organization. Every manager is concerned with both administrative management function and operative management function. Management and administration is directly related to each other. When management increase with lower level towards middle and top level, simultaneously administration also increase from lower level to top level. Management is a subset of administration. They are not separate. Both are concerned with achievement of organizational goals. Both managers and administrators perform at different levels all the management functions: planning, organizing, directing, controlling, and staffing. Educational management and educational administration are applied fields. They both originate from theory of organizational and business management and administration. Therefore, we can define educational management and administration based on definition used in business management and administration. What is school administration? Planning, directing, organizing, and controlling human or material resource in an educational setting. Scope of school administration. First, administration of a school personnel includes all policies, activities, and practices of the administration and staff designed to increase the effectiveness of the teaching personnel. Second, school finance and budget management includes the financing of the school system, the sources of funds, and the estimated expenditures. Third, school plan management. These resources cover the planning and organization of school facilities and buildings to ensure that the school environment is safe, stimulating, and effectively managed. Fourth, curriculum organization and management includes the process of selecting curriculum elements from the subject, the current social life, and the student's experience, then designing the selected curriculum element appropriately so that they can form the curriculum structure and type. Fifth, guidance and discipline includes the system of rules, punishments, and behavioral strategies appropriate to the regulation of children and the maintenance of order in schools. Its aims is to control the students' action and behavior. Sixth, school and community relation. The Phil Educational Act of 1982 describes educational community as those person or group of persons who are associated in the institutions involved in organized teaching and learning system. Seventh, non-formal education includes organized school-based educational activities aimed at attaining specific learning objective for a particular clientele, especially the illiterate adults and out of school youths. 8. Evaluating results of school administration. Major functions of administration. First, planning of school programs and activities. Second, directing school work and formulating and executing educational policies. Third, coordinating administrative and supervisory activities. Fourth, providing the necessary leadership. Fifth, evaluating the teaching personnel and school program. Sixth, keeping records and reporting result. What is supervision? Supervision of any school ordinarily refers to the improvement of the total teaching and learning situation and the conditions that affect them. It is a socialized function designed to improve instruction by working with people who are working with students, pupils. Supervision can also be defined in terms of function and purpose, for which it shall be used as a. Skills in leadership, B. Skills in human relation, C. Skill in group process, D. Skill in personal administration, E. Skill in evaluation. Scope of school supervision. First, inspection. This is actually a study of school condition to discover problems or defects of the students, equipment, objectives, teachers, school curriculum, methods. This could be done by actual observation, educational tests, conference, questionnaires, and checklists. Second, research to remedy the weakness of the solution to solve problems discovered. Third, training acquainting teachers with solutions discovered in research through training. Training may be in the form of demonstration teaching, inter-visitation, workshop, professional classes, seminars, use of bulletin board and circular, classroom observation, writing suggestion in BPS form, individual or group conferences. Fourth, guidance involves personal help given by someone. It is a function of supervision to stimulate, direct, guide, encourage the teachers to apply instructional procedures, techniques, principles, and devices. Fifth, evaluation appraises the outcome and the factor conditioning the outcome of instructions and to improve the products and processes of instructions. Activities of supervision survey of the school system, improvement of classroom teaching, in service education of teachers, selecting and organizing material for instructions, researching the problems of teaching, determining the desirable physical condition of teaching, performing semi-administrative duties. Interrelation of administration and supervision. Administration represents the whole of the educational system, whereas supervision represents a portion of it in terms of improving the total teaching learning situation. Administration emphasizes authorities, whereas supervision is a service. Administration favorable condition essential to good teaching and learning, whereas supervision carries out the better operation and improving its. Administration decides, directs, and orders the execution of educational program, whereas supervision assists, advises, guides, and leads the operation and improving the program. School administration and supervision must be democratic, must be cooperative in character, to be effective, and must be scientific, must be based on accepted educational philosophy, must be creative, must be evaluated in the light of results, must be preventive and constructive, must be centered on child growth and development, and must be flexible. Major functions of administrations. First, planning of school programs and activities. Second, directing school work and formulating and executing educational policies. Third, coordinating administrative and supervisory activities. Fourth, providing the necessary leadership. Fifth, evaluating the teaching personnel and school program. And sixth, keeping records and reporting results. Importance of educational administration. For the purpose of becoming an effective leader or manager who is in charge of an educational institution needs to be familiar with the theoretical concept and best practices relating to educational administration. In trying to gain a good understanding of educational administration, we have to make certain assumptions that organizations are essential and it is impossible to avoid the influence of different types of organizations on human life. Administrators can perform useful functions with organization. Knowledge and understanding of organizational behavior, both internal and external, could enable an administrator to act more effectively, and educational organizations and their administration have some unique characteristics that deserves distinctive treatment. What is the job of an educational administrator? The basic purpose of educational administration is to enhance teaching and learning. Administration serves an instructional or supportive role and not a primary role. Many administrative activities do not deal directly with the student. The relationships of these activities to teach and learning are not always apparent. One considered the range of activities that a school principal is involved in. She or he can be viewed as a generalist needing and relying on the expertise of others. Indeed, the expertise that principals need to acquire is to know how to fit the piece together. Because the total program of teaching and learning, whether in the more formal arena of a classroom or in a school as a whole, could be performed better when it is coordinated effectively by the principal. In short, principal must help shape a safe and positive environment by providing adequate facilities and resources so that teaching and learning is fostered more effectively. There are number of distinctive functions that an administrator should perform to enhance teaching and learning. These are: he or she should discern and influence the development of shared vision for the educational institutions or organization that she or he leads. She or he should articulate a shared vision and involve others in setting the goals and developing the strategies for the realization of the shared vision. The goal may reside in the culture of the community and of the school or the particular organization, and if so, they should be identified and perhaps made explicit. The administrator should stimulate and direct the development of programs to achieve the goal and purpose. The administrator should establish the structure and process to coordinate and organize the implementation of the program. He or she should procure and allocate the resource needed to support the organization and its programs. He or she should represent the organization to group in the local and larger community, and whenever a necessity arises, mediate between the groups. This is perhaps one of the most forthright and tough functions that an administrator is called upon to perform. He or she should evaluate and monitor the efficiency and effectiveness of the institutional operation. Started argues that the work of an educational administrator is different from other fields of administration and management, as it is shaped and directed by the core business of teaching and learning. He has been pointed out that educational administration has three fundamental functions: administrating meaning, administrating community, administrating excellence. Administrator role. Another way to view the function of an organizational leader or manager, whether it is in department, school, college, university, and an educational authority, or in an education system as a whole, is through the following categories: integrating the organizational resource in the most efficient and effective pursuits of its goals, acting as the agent of introducing and institutionalizing desirable changes, maintaining, supplementing, and developing its resource. The importance of school administration to student achievement. The school represents perhaps the most important institution in the child's life. The nature of educational administration. The nature of educational administration can further be understood if we look at its term of two complementary views. Foundational view poses the issue of why one behaves as it does, and it utilizes established and emerging theoretical frameworks for administrative behavior. Functional view poses the issue what one does or should do as a school administrator, and it focuses on the tasks and activities which one must be competent if he is to be an effective school administrator. Conclusion: to be a school administrator is a great responsibility to do, and one must not be lazy and tiring, and must always have a passion to direct and redirect people of school organization for social and professional development. As a school administrator, we must promise to ourselves to always be dedicated amid of struggles and obstacles to be faced in the real world of work. Hence, we must also be friendly and socially pleasing to everyone, but also have to establish the right amount of authority in order of the school administration to work effectively and efficiently.